Greetings and salutations, and welcome to episode 11 of Project Vegas. So, behind me is the port that you will recognize from last time if you saw the previous video. If not, I recommend having a look, so you may be able to keep a bit more up in this video here. So, for those that watched the last video, you will maybe notice that I added one extra truck, and I think that's about it since the last video. I kind of wanted to add that extra truck there just to kind of complete the whole story, you could say, for the port. Today, I want to add a bit more to this port here. The last two videos have been quite heavy on the building part, like larger projects like these cranes and the ship and all that. Today, it's going to be a bit more lightweight, but I think it's still going to make things look a lot better. So first off, I'm thinking that I want to add a bit more road, and road is maybe not the most exhilarating things, but as it is right now, the only way in and out of the port is by using this road here, and our larger trucks simply just won't fit there. So I need to add a way for those to get in and out of the port. So my plan is to build a road somewhere in this direction here, and make it connect to the main road over here. Additionally, I also want like a security checkpoint here, to make sure that only the right people get in and out and that people don't steal stuff. Because there's a lot of valuable stuff here, I guess. And also when I create the road for the trucks to get in and out, or the big road, I will probably also make some kind of security checkpoint there. And thirdly, I would need, I guess, some kind of office, doc's office or what you call this. And I would need to find a place for that. Currently, my thought is around here, but I'm not really sure of that yet. But we'll see where it goes. But I think first off, let's start with me putting in some roads. So here we are, a bit of road building later. Let's just quickly go and have a look. So I extended this road here, basically go past here. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do about the lines here on this road, if I'm gonna have like, full up drawn, so indicating you have to stop here or something. But for now I just left these lines here. It's not that important, I guess. And then I made this hill up here. Initially, I considered making it like, like a bridge like this, but it felt kind of weird to have that. And then instead, I decided to make this this hill instead, so it's kind of sloping up here. So if we just fly up here real quick, we can see that the road goes all the way up here till the main road. And you may also notice that I moved the beacon here just to make it a bit faster to clear a path here. Maybe I'll clean up a bit of this at some point, but for now the main point was just to get the road done. And with the road done, that leads me to the next point, because then I can start making the these security checkpoints. I think I'm gonna have one over here at the small road, and I guess one here as well at the larger road. And I think it's fitting just to put it around here. But we'll see what I come up with. But for now, I think this is decent. I struggled a bit with getting the curve straight. Let's just have a look from over here. Or getting the curve right, you could say. But maybe I'll tweak it a bit. I'm not really sure yet. But for now, we have this curve. It might need to bulge out a bit here more and a bit less. I'm not really sure, but for now, let's leave it like that. I just wanted to have the road done. And these small things is something, when I fly by, I'll sometimes just pick up on it and fix it a bit. I'm a bit reluctant, and the reason for that is that I'm not sure if I want to expand the harbor or the port here further in this direction here. As it would make sense at some point to maybe do that. Let's just see if we can land up here. Because although this is like a fairly large build, at least for me, it's still a fairly small port compared to being in like an industrial port. I'm trying to get to a good spot where we can have a decent view of this. Maybe jump down here. Okay, that was great. Okay. Anyways, this is a fairly small port, right? So it could be if you see like the real ports, there's like here there's only 2 cranes, right? On the real ports there'll be like tons of cranes. But again, it is not meant to be like a huge port. But it also just feels a bit tiny to some extent. I'm not really sure. But I think for now I'll put the security checkpoint in here, and maybe if I then expand later I can always move it away. But maybe it would be prudent actually, now that I'm thinking of it, to at least just put the checkpoint around here instead. Because then I'm basically free to keep expanding in that direction. I'm not really planning on expanding anything in this direction anyways. It would only be like parallel to the water anyways. So maybe that's smarter. So yeah, I think I'll put up some kind of security checkpoint here and some kind of security checkpoint over here as well. So here we have the security checkpoint or check-in point, or I'm not really sure what you call these. But this is for the big road, so I suppose primarily for the trucks. So the idea is basically that the truck comes driving here, talk to the guy sitting here, and they open or not if you're allowed to go in and out. So this will probably be the main area where, goods come in and out of the harbor. So let's have a look around. So I tried something different that I haven't really done before. It's nothing revolutionary at all. I just wanted to make like a different kind of ceiling or roof here. So I tried to put a lot of these trapdoors in here. So I think if you look from down here, it actually looks really good. It kind of makes it feel a bit more open without really being so. Initially when I built this, I actually built it somewhat lower. But at some point I realized that wouldn't really work because, trucks with containers are supposed to go through here. So at the very least, they should be able to handle like something like this, right? And, using my imagination, I figure that sometimes you will have trucks that are bigger than that as well. So I wanted to have like a huge, a lot of opening to make sure that any truck could get through. And then I came up with this. The only thing, actually, I really like the design. I haven't done much of the interior yet, and I still need to put like a door in these. The only thing I'm not really happy about is the walls here on top. Initially, I built these. Maybe we should go to this one over here to make it a bit more clear. Initially, I built these pillars here just out of the diorite wall, and it really didn't fit because of the, it kind of has this, bird poo look. And in large amounts, I don't really think it looks good. And I don't really know any better wall that fits the whole white theme here. But initially I had built it from that, and instead I tried to replace it with pillar. Although it looks a bit more, I guess, blocky, it's still better, at least color-wise. And if I could find a better wall for these two or these three here, I would replace them as well. Also kind of like how I did with the end rods here to kind of, additional support at the same time being like a source of light. Again, I really like to try to hide light everywhere. The same with here. That's basically my go-to design for these, what do you call these things here? So you have a, light source at the bottom. So I think the only problem that I left to deal with, and I haven't come up with the best solution for that yet, is lighting. Because this, I guess, there are chances that something could spawn on some of these blocks here. So maybe I'll just put a lot of glow lichen, or lichen, how do you say that? Glow lichen? All over the place. I'm not really sure yet. But at least for now, this is the design. I'm quite happy with that. So I guess we also need to have a look at how we want to design it at the smaller road. I already set up the, I can't remember what these are called, but these things here. I guess there also needs to be some kind of, you know, house or shed or whatever for the personnel. But I'll think of that for a while, and then we'll see what I come up with, I guess. Once again, we are at my favorite lookout spot, and lo and behold, here we have the security checkpoint. It's a bit more simple than the other one, maybe quite a bit more. Also notice that I added fences around the port as well, so you cannot really get in except through the checkpoints or by sea, of course. Also notice the small thingies on top of these hut here. They looked a bit too plain, just being, you know, cubes basically. So in order to add a bit of lighting, although there's also lighting below the carpet, I added a lamp here. And since this roof here is made from these half slabs only, they kind of stick out. So maybe it's easier if I just quickly go up there to show you. I should bring some more ender pearls. This makes it a bit easier sometimes. But so this basically just looks like a little notch or whatever on top. So there's the lamp in here, and then just some stairs around it. Anyways, I just thought it gave it a bit less bland, I guess, look. And then, as I said, I put out a fence wall around the entire port, at least most of it. I still left it open around here. You can see it goes to here for now, but I kind of left it open in here in case I wanted to expand further. So I will, I guess, have some decision making to make soon enough if we want to finish this port, if I want to expand it or not. I was considering, you know, digging away all this as well, but we'll see where it goes. At least for now, we have the security checkpoints. I think for adding the, you know, the harbor office, I will push that to the next episode. Otherwise, this will get too long. And there's one more thing I'd like to do before we call it quits for this video, and this is these caves over here. As you can see, there's a minecart there, and I think I saw one just in there as well. So the cool thing, if you think that, I guess, is that in all these hills or small mountains here, there's a lot of these mine shafts here. So I thought maybe we should just do a quick small adventure cleanup thing. Just, you know, pick up some of these rails here. You can always use rails for something. And also maybe have a look at the... Oh, I've just heard a creeper. Probably some roaming around in there. But I thought we could also have a look at what's inside these chests up here. So let me just be sure there's nothing that'll jump out and blow us up nearby. Doesn't seem like it. Let's have a look here. Okay, so we have a few glowberries. I don't have too many of these yet, although we can bone meal them, I guess. Some seeds, a few more rails. You can always use food. And the golden apples, I always enjoy those. Oh, you know, this is my lucky pick. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't notice, notice that I have a silky version 2 now. This actually happened a few episodes ago. I just didn't really mention it, I think. Back when I was taking down the mountain. You know, when you have a beacon and you start harvesting, it just goes so fast. And, you know, I was just getting into the grind, you could say, and then just lose track of everything. And, of course, I managed to break my silky version 1. So that is why I now have a silky version 2. And more gold. Oh, creeper. Super easy. So I really enjoy the new ores. Because, you know, when you have a gold farm, you don't really care too much about finding gold anymore. But after they changed it into this ore here, and when you have 9 of these, you can build the ore blocks. Oh, we have another chest there. And this means that basically now gold gives us a new block to build with. So I actually started again to mine all the gold I see. I do the same for iron actually, because you can also build, you know, iron ore blocks or whatever you call them. And yeah, I really like that. I think especially the gold ones looks pretty cool. And you can do the same for copper, but for now I mainly use the copper ores mostly for actual copper. But I have plans to build a copper farm sometime soon, so maybe when I get that done, I will start using all the copper as well for the copper ore blocks. Not really sure what they're called because I guess these blocks here are the ore blocks, but I am sure you know what I mean. So powered rails, always good, and more rails and more golden apple and a gold ingot. See, that's the thing. I don't really need it. I have a gold farm, but I guess that's the same for iron. But I have to travel quite a bit, yo, to go to my iron farm, and it's not super efficient compared to my gold farm at least. But I want to have at least that wagon with me. Oh, another one, and we get out. Here I can see. Ooh, a name tag. You know, I can buy these from my... I have like a trader farm, villager farm where I can buy it, but, you know, always use another name tag. Let me grab that. Actually, I know Tinis is needing one for her horse, which she actually parked up here if it's still there. So maybe I should actually gift her one. Just, you know, put down the chest with the name tag in it, because she does not have access to a villager farm. Well, she can use mine, but you know, since I did all the zombification and she didn't, if you know that part, so basically zombification does that if you have a villager turn into a zombie and you cure it, he will give you way better prices, but only for the person that did that. So here we have Tinis' horse. I put in the name tag here for her. She gave her the gold label that we found as well and a few golden carrots. And this is the block I talked about, right? So this is called block of raw gold ore, and that's an iron equivalent of it here. So I figured we would just put in a few of those as well to kind of top it off a bit. Anyways, I just wanted to show you real quick these blocks here. I think they look really good. Like, I don't know, I just like them. The other ones are basically the same, just a different color, but the gold ones, I really want to use them for something at some point, and I think maybe they'll be a bit hard to put into some kind of modern structure as we usually have around here. But maybe we can make like a treasure room or use them for some kind of decoration. Maybe put them together with some glowstone. I haven't really thought of that yet, but once at some point when we start building some casinos, I could see them being used for some extravagant, you know, decoration or something. Anyways, I think that was it for this episode. So, if you like what we're doing here, don't forget to leave a like down below. And I actually think the button might be over here. I think I may actually sometimes be pointing in the right direction, but I'm sure you know where it is. So hit that like button, or maybe even pop the dislike button, but at least let me know why if you do that. Also, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button to tag along. This project is growing and growing and growing, and it would be fun if you would join us on that journey. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And you'll see me in the next video. Bye!